You are listening to GGR, Good Governance Radio. Stay with us. Good Governance Radio.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
The Good Governance Radio.
Hi guys, this is an open call for actors, television presenters, skit makers, both male and female. Montage Africa Media is scouting for young creative talents to be part of its new movie, television series and lifestyle vlog. All you have to do is upload a 1-minute video introducing yourself and telling us why we should pick you. Don't forget to use the hashtag Montage Africa Film. Don't forget to tag the following accounts showing on the screen. We can't wait to receive your entries. Bye for now.
This is the Good Governance Radio.
Good day, everybody. Good day, the lovers of Good Governance Radio. Good day, the lovers of Efficient Grace for the Hopeless Foundation. It's another beautiful day, and people will say, thank God it's Friday. That's just the acronym. Thank God it's Friday. But before you say thank God it's Friday, it's still on that program, Oh Salad, Operation Save a Life a Day. Have you been able to save somebody? Have you been able to do something for somebody who cannot pay you back? You know, they say if over 200 million people in Nigeria can help one person a day, I assure you that the world will be a better place. I am still your number one love giver and your friend, Amarachi Umugochukwu, the founder of Efficient Grace for the Hopeless Foundation. And today is still on that program we say is child sexual abuse, drug addiction, and domestic violence. But before we say on the topic of today, have you been able to copy the link, share the link, send it to somebody, and tell someone that we're live on Good Governance Radio and we're transmitting in all our platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and I want you to just tell somebody to join and watch us. And tomorrow you'll be happy you did. So today I brought to you a topic a random topic that we've always been talking about, but today I want to specifically talk on child labor. Child labor. So when we say child labor, I don't know, many people will be like, is it punishing the children, corporal punishment or whatsoever? No. When we talk of child labor, it's all about exploiting a child in order to, gain monetary values and all of that. Exploitation of a child, both mentally, physically, and otherwise, in order to have a monetary value. So on this program, I want you to call in. Like you want to call in, you should call 0913-023-6602. 0913-023-6602. 0913-023-6602. I will welcome your calling. I will welcome your calls. And the number will be displayed on the screen in case you want to call in to add your own support, your own voice, your own ideas, because ideas are welcome. We want to touch more lives in order to save the future generation. So the program is on www.ggr.com.ng. You can copy that and send to somebody who will want to listen to us live. So I said we will be talking on child labor in the face of this hard economy. A lot of children has been turned to parents because of the condition of the society. Presently, the social media is not helping matters, because when some people see that their children were helped because they were in the street, or that someone's children or child was helped because they were in the street, they try to push their own child to go to the street. Some even try to, package a scenario that is not real in order to gain public sympathy. All those things are not helping the psyche of a child. When we talk about child labor, people will be looking at maybe sending the child to the farm is part of it. But the most, I would say Anambra State have a first class in child labor, because that's where I grew up. And I was a victim of child labor. A severe victim of child labor. I was on the street. So in the streets of Onitsha, I know what I would say 3 out of 5 children suffer in terms of child labor. You see a scenario where a child have to hawk in the morning before she go to afternoon school, and you are compelled to come back before 5:30 to sell the remaining things that you're meant to say, even when they know that 5 o'clock is the dismissal. By the time you trek from your school back home, your body will tell you how far. So that such child is not even availed the opportunity to have a siesta in the afternoon. She does that or he does that and comes back around 7 in the evening, and she faces or he faces domestic work for his madam or his oga, making the dinners and trying to make the children go to bed. And when she finishes, you see the child washing clothes in the midnight. And after the washing of clothes in the midnight, the child may be ending up, by the time she finishes with the domestic work, oga and madam and children are sleeping, but the child is still out there working out her axe. Some wicked people who are their masters and who are their caregivers don't even care. All they know that is at the end of the month, there is someone else somewhere who is receiving 10,000 naira or more from that they pay to at the labor of that child. When I talk of a child labor, there are levels to it. There are ones that are to the extreme. And I ask myself, what is the society doing about it? Many of the children died in the course of this, and it is swept under the carpet. I remember rescuing a child from Oka that was locked up in a whole mansion, in a duplex, with electrical fence and all of that. This child is not up to 11 years, and she was locked up for over 2 weeks, where the master and the madam with the children traveled to US for their own Christmas holiday, and they locked this child inside a house. And you tell me that you mounted cameras to monitor when in case she's sick, or that you gave her a phone. That's nonsense. You imprison the child. You imprison that child. And you told the parent that this child traveled to US with you. This is one out of millions of them that are happening in this country. You live on the 5th floor of a five-story building. And you will not send your child to carry 20 liters of water and climb the 5-story building. But you will tell a caregiver who is the same age with your child to carry such weights and climb the 5-story building every day. I know a lot of people don't know all this. A lot of people find ignorant that they don't, even our government find ignorant, but deep inside of them, they know it is happening. And we keep quiet. We see children hawking in the street. Even instead of doing something about it, even the people that met them in the street go as far as exploiting them. And you know, as you exploit those children, they come back home and their madam or their oga, they beat the hell out of them. Many people, you see that they grew up becoming beastly and the introverts and the beast in them are as a result of what they went through as children. It's as a result of what they went through as children. I've met many of them that ran away from home. Even if you're giving that child money for, using the child as child, it's still child labor. Get a nanny. Get somebody that is above 18. Since you can't do those work, get somebody to do it for you. You can afford to build 5-story building, but you cannot afford to borehole to supply you water. In a state where water is everywhere. Before we continue, I will take a break so that you can talk to somebody, tell them that we're live on Good Governance Radio talking about child labor. What excuse do we have to continue harboring this evil in our society? If there is any excuse to it, please, let's hear you out on 091-023-6602. Let's see what excuse we have to continue doing child labor, especially in the city of Onitsha in Anambra State. We'll be coming back to you as we take a break, but just copy the link, share the link, and tell somebody about us. And we'll get back to you in a few seconds. Thank you. Welcome back to Good Governance Radio, www.ggr.com.ng, and it's still on your precious program, OSALAD, Operation Save a Life a Day. Have you saved somebody? That money you're using to pursue a bigger man in order to get his attention, you can use it and create your own cabal. You can use it and create your own world. You can use it and create your own clique. So back to our topic on child labor. You know, why I'm using the business aspect of it in Onitsha is that I was a victim and I was in the street, and, you know, I knew it to my perms. You know, I suffered it and I suffered it. So I know when I'm talking about child labor, I know what it is all about. Those children cannot voice out, so we should be their voice. They fear to be killed, of which many have died. Sometimes when you're being beaten, they think there is a spare life you have. You don't die. But we're humans. We can die. At least we have about 2 cases in court where Harrison is handling 1 or 2 of them, where they beat a child to death. They beat that child to death. And the police said it's a family matter. What is family about the matter? That's human being. That's somebody's child. For crying out loud. How do we end it if we don't voice it? Your own child is Nwa, and that one is a cat with nine lives. Check it, most of them that ended up, that were child, will I say child nanny, or they were used for child labor in the past. You find out that many of them find it difficult to sleep. They have insomnia. Many of them became adults as a child, and there is a part of them that is always missing, which is their childhood. Because they didn't experience childhood. They don't have that feeling of childhood. Some will tell you that your reasoning is higher than us. It's because they have passed through a lot. So they no longer reason like their mates. They always reason like the adults they are. There are various levels and kinds of child labor. Okay, like the quarry sites that some of the quarry sites are visited in Anambra State and Enugu. You find out that it's children that they bring to, you know, to break stones. And they pay them 500 naira a day. You see a child is having muscles, and the child is having stunted growth because of the strength he's using in order to break those stones, to carry heavy stones with head pans. And I think the government have a lot to do. It's not enough to come on media and talk. It's not enough for us to just sit in campaign, in seminar halls and talk, and there are no footmen on the grassroots. These are not things that police should do. There should be child welfare task force and a team that are on ground to see to the effect of the enforcement of these laws. If they are not being monitored, you can't achieve anything. There is little that the police will do because it's only the ones that is reported to them that they will handle. But if you're expecting them to go house to house or expect the child to call, does the child have access to phone? Does the child even have, who sensitizes the child to know that he should be able to call the police on the people that are using him or her? It boils down that there should be a team that is, responsible for this. There should be a team that is a monitoring team for children. There should be child monitoring team. Recruit people who are passionate about children, who are void of sexual abuses in the past, that their psyche has been checked. Let them be recruited into being the footmen and the monitoring team for enforcement of Child Rights Act. And you see people will sit up. By the time one or two people are used as an example against child sexual abuse, child labor, child domestic violence and all of that has to do against children, you see people will sit up. When a child knows that this is the limit to my right and this is the limit to my parents' right. When a child knows that even him as a child or her as a child can go to juvenile prison, some things will get corrected. Some people told me that children don't go to prison. I said it's a lie. There are juvenile prison. I think there is one in Kaduna. So it's time we put things in place. It's time we get footmen and not just paperwork. We've been speaking a lot of English and collecting money, doing a lot of seminars without having anything to show for it. It's not enough to watch me. As you're watching me, do your part. Pick the link and share. Because if you finish watching me and you just drop, you've done nothing. So the part you have to do in order to stop this, because it can be your child tomorrow, is to copy the link and share. Is to click on the share button, which is open, and share. Is to tell somebody about the page. Is to contribute your own. You don't just watch. You see, this I don't care attitude. By the time it blows up, you and I, now we go suffer. But I no go follow. Because I'm speaking up. So in your own little way, do your part. Do your quota. And watch things take its shape. When I hear people clamor about war, they want fights, they want this, they want that, and I will tell them, please, have you gone to Boko Haram strictly infested area? Have you gone to those countries that fought wars and see how their children became fathers, as in child parents? And these children turn to laborers in order to survive for their selves and for their younger ones. Some lazy parents think it's enough to go to village market and buy a lot of things and bring it and share it on trays for their children. And that's why you just open your legs and give birth anyhow, because you feel you will have enough children to start hawking for you. There are those that give birth to many children. They don't even have plan on how to pay the school fees of these children. And the children get frustrated and get into the street and start doing businesses, even the ones they can and the one they cannot, in order to train themselves in school. if there are footmen to monitor others. I tell you, in a shortest period of time, many things will be curbed. At least before you give birth, you think of it and know if you have whatever it takes to help that child. And not that you will be alive, lying and gossiping around, and the child is in the market hawking, exposing the child to all manner of danger. Some want to buy maybe 15 naira groundnuts and rape a child in the process. And you stand as a parent and watch it. We talk about child labor. I'm not just blaming the caregivers. A mother gave her child to her grandmother to stay with her. The grandmother sells beer parlor. And what did the child get? The grandmother gives this boy child to men who will sodomize the boy and pay the grandmother, 1,500. What's an evil in an evil society? Your own grandchild, you value him for 1,500 naira, and they sodomize him. Not only that, he helps you to sell beer in the beer parlor. I think some crimes deserve a death sentence. Unapologetically, I think some crime deserve death sentence, so that it will serve as an example to the rest. I couldn't wrap it around my head and see this child crying profusely, as in is not just one man but different men. I cannot even come to think about it. And you said there is no need for a monitoring team on ground? The only monitoring people I see is just volunteer NGOs. And even the NGOs, you see the police frustrate the work they do. I asked one madam why the child, because it's even the husband's brother that went to village, saw what was happening and called us. So we quietly went around and tried a lot of things, tried to get to know what is going on before we get into the compound. And lo and behold, people testified. When we came in, we just talked with her and all of that. After talking with her, we said, okay, she claimed that the child was well kept and she doesn't even touch her, she doesn't beat her, that the child is just a witch and all of that and all of that. And she's praying hard and she has been sending her for prayers for the girl to be fine and all of that. Prayer warrior with demonic heart. And she thought I'm that kind of people that she meets that investigate her in the past. The officer kept mute. After we finished talking, I said, please, we want to see this child. We want to see her naked body. Let her strip. See marks. But she has never beaten her. See scars. Will you beat your child to that level? If your child is a witch, will you treat him or her that way? Do to others what you will want them to do for you. You're giving me an excuse that why your child is in a good school and the other one is not in a good school is because you can finish paying for school and she would decide to leave your house anytime. Why not do your part and be that good person first? Let it not be found that you are the one found wanting. Let it be from the other side. In all honesty, our conscience is the best judge. Let's forget all this sentiment and whatever you have and you just say, it's not my fault, I'm just trying to be good. You're not the one to say you're good. When people tell me, people are talking about you, they said it, I say, oh, glory to God. Sometimes I tell people, let's keep doing it. At the end, we'll know how we'll grade ourselves. You don't need to be the one to say that you're good to a child, you're good to this. Allow people to judge it. Allow your works to determine it. You bring somebody's child. This one, I have experienced it severally in Anambra State, because that was where we had most of our weight, as in most of our volunteers that are massive there. You brought a child, a girl child, to be your housekeeper. From housekeeper, she's now serving at the restaurant. A child that is not up to 15 years. And when they finish eating food, you now give them food. Someone's child. And they pay for the food to you and pay for the food to you. And you tell me God will not punish you. But your own child should be sacred. I still want to call on the NGOs and the volunteers to come more. We need more of them. I beg to digress a bit. There is a case that came to us through Ethneti. Yesterday night, come this morning, a child of 3 months is having, is it cephalosis or whatever, the cerebrospinal fluid flew back into the heart and there's a hole at the back. So she needs a surgery. There's a surgery they do to them so that the water in the head will flow out and the child will be normal again and all of that. So the surgeon said it's 810,000 to do that. A bigger organization has donated to that effect. And the woman says she will not provide the child until they give her the 810,000 in her own account and not the doctor's account. The doctor himself drove to her house and said, the surgery of your child has been paid. Bring the child for treatment. And she refused. And ran away. I don't get it. If there are footmen, if there are monitoring team for children and she does this kind of a thing, she should go in for it. Some police will tell you it's family matter. This is not family matter. The government owns that child. That child have the right to live. The child have the right to medication. The child have the right to education. With this swollen head, I can imagine what this child is going through. sometimes I say some people are not worth, having children at all. Some people are not worth, having children. They're not worth it. The doctor has left the patient he's handling, and he has been on the search for this woman. He just wants this woman, to, get that child treated. But I pray we're going to get her. So when I talk of child sexual abuse and what have you, I think we should, take it so serious, and it's something we should, fight against. I have with me here Ikechukwu Ona from the Instagram page, and I don't know what he want to say to us. I just welcome you to the program, and we know you're there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think I love your program, what you're doing. I love that. At least every child that came to this world will have right to live, will have right to every good thing that.
Okay, sorry, the mic is not on you. Let's connect you back to the program.
Okay.
Just hold on, so we'll connect you back. Or you can connect through the Facebook page so that we can hear you. We'll come back to you soon.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Let's go. This is your radio, your station.
GGR, Good Governance Radio. You are listening to GGR, Good Governance Radio. Stay with us.
Have you seen him? Good day, everybody. We're back again. Mr. Goodman, we're hoping to see you join. Please join with the link that was sent to you, and we will connect with you to the mic. Please just join with the link that is sent to you right away. We'll be glad to connect with you. We'll be glad to connect with you. Just click on the link, join, and fill in your name there, and we will see you, and we'll be able to connect with you. So, we're still talking on the child labor, especially in this critical condition of the country. This period that hunger is ravaging everyone in the country. So it's not something that we should keep quiet and watch, but it should be something that we should, fight against. We need to fight against it. We need to really do something in order to save this generation. If we continue like this, we'll end up having a lot of bitter souls in the near future. A lot of people without conscience. A lot of people. It takes only God. It takes only the presence of God in a man to, after going through all those kind of trauma and pains, and they remain good and not become beasts. So in your little way, in your own closet, what are you doing to see that we don't get so, get a society where the people, everyone is bitter and all of that. If you look at the faces of people, if you're walking in the street, you find out that a lot of people don't smile again. People don't smile, they bone and they are going because a lot of things has taken over their mind. It starts with the formation from childhood. Many adults now are regretting their childhood because there are things they were supposed to do right that was not done right. So it's our time to help the children that are coming up to do the right thing, and we can help them. First, let's stop the child labor, which is imposed on them by the adults. They did not bring themselves into the world. So we shouldn't hold them accountable to be responsible for their own growing up. Child labor, child trafficking, they're all the same thing. They're all in the same line. Because you went to the northern part of the country and brought in somebody, and that's why that one is an animal. But your own children are good children. Every human being is a human being. That thing you will not want your child to do. That thing you cannot watch your child do. That pain you cannot want, you don't want your child to go through as a child. Don't let another person's child, go through it. Don't be the means why a child is suffering. Don't be the reason why a child is going through pain. Mr. Goodman, I know you're fighting so hard to get connected. I am also trying on how to, do it. I don't know what is going on, but I'll try my best. Or maybe we can, bring you on a different day if it doesn't work for today. But just click on the link I sent to you. Just click on that link. It will bring you directly to us. I've even sent it to you here. Just click on that link. It will bring you directly to us. Just click on the link. It will bring you directly to us. please just click on the link. So what I'm saying is that we cannot overemphasize on child labor. If I say all the victims of child that went through trafficking, child labor, you find, I said in Anambra, you say 3 out of 5 children. It's only the extremely rich ones that, don't get their children involved in this. But an average the Anambra man, the child is in the street hustling. It's not bad a child get a skill, but don't monetize and mandate that child to put that skill or that business against their own education, against their growth. There are stages of things, and we should understand that. There are stages in life, and we should understand that. Every stage in life that a child lacks, that child will still come back to regret that stage. Experience taught me, and I understand the difference between a child doing his or her hobby and a child compelled into labor. So in all honesty, we should all stand against child labor. We should all stand against it with everything in us. With everything in us. It's not something we should pet or anything. It's something that everyone should just rise against. I want to also use this opportunity to call on the ministries that have children at heart. Ministries that pray that children will grow up to become adults and take over from them. If it is a child, it's not something about Ministry of Women Affairs. Every ministry is working for the for the future of our children. So every parastatal should get involved in fighting to see that these children have a good life. There are little things we can do. Attach child support programs to your organizations, to your seminars and all of that. What about the welfare of your workers, especially the police, the military? Are there things that protect these children, their future? Or when their father died, they are in the streets? Is there any training that are given in order to protect the workers, the civil servants? That in case there is death or anything, that their children will not end up being slaves in somebody else's house just to earn a living or to get a life. It starts with where the parents work. It starts with government. Most of these children that are used for child labor and all of that, you find out that is either their parents died or most of them happen to be orphans or poor people. So I urge the government to inculcate a habit or a curriculum or something that will protect these children. Somebody cannot just finish a civil service work for years and their child becomes nuisance in the society. Maybe as a result of poor salary, there was nothing to, keep for them and all of that. And you see them, they ended up, in the streets. those that their parents are so busy, are there programs that are being done in order to sensitize those parents on how to protect their children and the future of their children? Or are they just government workers? They just work out their acts and get a peanut for the work without thinking of their welfare and the welfare of their or thinking of the future of their children. They just exist because they are working for the federal government or the state government. So I'm calling on the government body, all the necessary people that should put hand in doing this. Let them do something and, promote the welfare of children. And let's see that in the near future, we will not be seeing our children hawking in the streets. We will not see children being kidnapped, come and sell banana to me and they are no more. We will not see children come and sell groundnut to me and they are no more. We will not see children carrying groundnut on their head and their clothes are stained in blood because they were raped. We will not see children sleep under the tables of kiosks in the street because they were thrown out of the house for not finishing the market or whatever that they were asked to sell. We will not see children being punished, using them not going to school as a punishment for not going to market to sell. We will not see children being denied a semester or a term in school because they did not go to quarry to break stones for their school fees. We want a sane nation where the elders would think for their children and be able to help their children harness the potentials in them and become great people tomorrow for a greater nation. We clamor for US and we clamor for developed country because there were people, there were men who stood for the future of their children. They stood, they fought, they spoke, and they were on foot to do the needful. We want a better Nigeria. We want a better Nigeria with a lower percentage of child labor. We want a better Nigeria with a future for that kid with great destiny. We want a better Nigeria where we'll be better than greater countries that we have more intellect to harness than them. And I pray that the government and all the people involved and capable of doing this will not keep a blind eye to it. Let us all wake up to do the needful and save our nation. Thank you for listening. We're still on Good Governance Radio, www.ggr.com.ng, and it's still on your favorite program, Operation Save a Life a Day, or Salad. And have you been able to do something and help somebody today? Have you been able to render a voice or give an arm to somebody? Raise somebody today and you will not regret doing it. Thank you so much for listening. I'm still your number one love giver, Amarachi Mugochukwu, the founder of Efficient Grace, and I urge you to look after that child. Look for that child that is crying at night. Look for that child that is walking in a lonely place and in serious pain. Try to know what is going on within the child, and you will be happy that you did. Thank you for watching me. Bye for now.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Let's go. This is your radio, your station.
GGR, Good Governance Radio.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
The Good Governance Radio.
Hi guys, this is an open call for actors, television presenters, skit makers, both male and female. Montage Africa Media is scouting for young creative talents to be part of its new movie, television series and lifestyle vlog. All you have to do is upload a 1-minute video introducing yourself and telling us why we should pick you. Don't forget to use the hashtag Montage Africa Film. Don't forget to tag the following accounts showing on the screen. We can't wait to receive your entries. Bye for now.
Good Governance Radio. You are listening to GGR, Good Governance Radio. Stay with us.